16 years it took for Tahawwur Rana, one of the key conspirators of the Mumbai attacks, to be brought back to the country. How important is this moment for our security agencies and the government?
This is indeed a defining moment, a proud moment for the nation. I think we must salute the investigative agencies, the unrelenting pursuit by different governments of this terrorist who was responsible for a heinous act aimed to disrupt the unity and integrity of this country. As a lawyer and as a citizen, I'm proud of the resilience shown by our nation, by our government, by our investigative agencies to bring to justice a dreaded terrorist who was an active accomplice in the orchestration of the 26/11 terrorist attack that shook the conscience of the world. I would also like to say at this moment that the resilience of the legal processes has also been vindicated, although I must confess that extradition proceedings are complex and take a very long time.
Yes.
That is why it has taken this long to get the person back to India to face justice. I must at the same time say that the successful culmination of the extradition proceedings are as much owed to the prompt action taken by the earlier government in 2009 and 2011, when Tahawwur Rana's name was added by the NIA in the charge sheet.
Yes.
And that is the reason why this trial will now take place in Delhi, because Delhi is the place which will have territorial jurisdiction to try this accused person by virtue of his name being added in the NIA charge sheet in Delhi.
Ashwani ji, completely agree with you. You know, the war on terror, India's efforts should ideally be a bipartisan issue, and it has been for most part, but there's always space for, you know, domestic frictions and politics. And even with the impending arrival of Tahawwur Rana, former Home Minister P. Chidambaram, has issued a statement as well saying that it was the efforts of the earlier government, that have borne fruit, and this government is taking credit. You're a politician, and you've been in the middle of all of this. So your view on this, should there be space for this kind of, point scoring and domestic politics over something as sensitive as this?
Well, you are asking a question and asking it very intelligently, but let me not fool myself into saying that the earlier government owes no credit for what has happened today. Of course, credit is owed to that government. The reason why I think Mr. Chidambaram was obliged to make the statement was that there was some attempt to claim the entire credit for the successful extradition of Tahawwur Rana by the present dispensation. And I really don't want to get into the politics of it all. I would like to pay fulsome tribute to the efforts of all governments, the present one, the past ones, the investigative agencies, the public prosecutors, and all those who were active stakeholders in achieving the successful result of the complex extradition proceedings. I think the credit goes to the nation as a whole, and I would be loath to make a political controversy out of this very defining moment.
Because, Ashwani ji, I agree with you. And the 26/11 has been an emotive issue over which politics has been played plentifully, by both, by all of the parties involved. But my question to you is a bigger one before I let you go, Ashwani ji, which is this. India has followed the book. India has done everything it can, followed processes, international and domestic, the judicial process, international forums, etc. And even as we await the arrival of Tahawwur Rana, the reality also is, Ashwani ji, that the real masterminds are living presumably free lives in Pakistan. So one has to wonder whether 16 years later, anything has been achieved beyond symbolism, sir.
No, well, I don't think it is merely symbolism. To be honest to everybody concerned, I think these were extremely complex proceedings. Rana was being aided by all these forces inimical to India. and had the resources to file successive appeals in the US courts, which is not an easy factor. But I must pay tribute to the judicial process in the United States. They, seeing the gravity of the offenses with which Rana was charged, they did not fall in the trap of the arguments that were advanced by Rana's counsels. Having said that, I must say that the United States entered into a plea bargain with Headley, who was actually the principal conspirator in this entire terrorist operation.
Yeah.
And he has gone scot-free, scot-free as far as Indian legal justice system is concerned. He's serving sentence in the US, but I don't think that is enough. He should have been handed over to India, but since he has been able to take refuge under the domestic legal processes in the United States, I don't think it will be possible for us now to get hold of him. But if we can interrogate Tahawwur Rana properly, which I think will happen, we will be able to hopefully get insights into the functioning of the ISI and their modules in India, and this will definitely help India's security agencies to take care of our security considerations.
Thank you so much, sir, for speaking to NDTV.